May pips be upon you. We had a good day. Where I left off was right about, yeah, all right, on the 15-minute. And I was talking about maybe price, what did I have? I had something like this. I said maybe price will pop up or pop down, something like this, right? But I didn't go down this far. I remember it was something like, yeah, I had it coming up and then down and then up, something like that. Anyway, it did come down though. It did come down lovely because I was looking at this sell side liquidity, right? And we squeezed up. I saw what the refined order blocks would look like. It went through into this tall order block here. We had a show, what do you call it? A show of weakness. Let me get something to point with. All right, we had a show of weakness here. All right, and we had this liquidity point that once you know where the liquidity is, you know where price will likely go. You know what I mean? Price created these liquidity points here, right? And I was thinking maybe it might do one of those moves, where it creates liquidity and makes the dip down to catch the sell side and then the pop up to catch the buy side. Well, price came down, swept the liquidity, came down even further to catch that one wick low, right? And this is where I got in. See this gray bar? That's the New York Open. When it gets close to like within 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the New York Open time, I like to go to the 5-minute to get a good look at these, where the liquidity might be above and below, which way price will go. It dipped down, and I was hoping for my favorite setup, right? That inverted head and shoulders, or the Quasimodo, right? I want to see a lower low, and then a higher low, all right? I want to see price demonstrate a break of structure like this. I want to see a price demonstrate a break of structure so I can see the return to impulse to either the head or an order block somewhere near the head, so I can make that right shoulder and then pop. All right. Now, sometimes what it'll do is it'll come up and then it'll come back and test this right shoulder and then continue to go. All right. So there are those variations, but essentially that's what we're looking for. So once it comes down to your POI, what I'm looking at is as soon as it hits 5 minutes till, I go down to the 1 minute. And now I'm looking for a demonstrated transition from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. All right. So I'm coming down and I'm going to look at where price may turn here. All right. So as price made its way down here, I was like, oh, snap. Okay. I was like, oh, snap. I saw price pick up here. This is a 2-candle pullback. For me, that's very significant because it creates a structural point. All right. It's not just like this here, a 1-candle pull, a single candle pull, like that is a short-term high. This here for me is structure. Okay. This represents a significant break once you pass it, because what caused this? This becomes a higher high from this this lower low. This lower low should make a lower high, right? Excuse me, a lower high. I didn't mean to say a higher high, a lower high. And once you break this high, which is now, this is the trend. I need to be drawing. This is your trading range now. All right. Once price breaks lower, then you say, okay, price is continuing with the bearish momentum. but this was a wick down. That means it just took the liquidity, right? Not necessarily a break of structure, all right? With a break of structure, you're looking for a return to impulse, right? But price did on the on a lower time frame, just know on the 30-second time frame, this is a break of structure. On this time frame, it looks like a liquidity grab, all right? And you're looking for those kind of candlestick patterns, that bullish or bearish engulfer, because that forms a order block. All right. Now, you got a bullish order block with an opposing bearish one. Got it? What is the, after a bullish or bearish is formed, what is the first thing you look for? You look for price to come back and test the base candle. This is the last down move before the up move. This is your base candle right here, right? Price comes back, tests that candle, and seemingly violates it with a liquidity grab, all right? Now it created a bearish engulfer. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a test of this base candle. It comes up and through. Oh, snap, right? So what am I thinking here? What is my thinking? I'm losing it right now. I'm saying, okay, we got the 8 o'clock candle. I mean, the 8 o'clock New York open. We just made a lower low relative to this one, right? With a 2 candle pullback and a break of structure here. So I'm looking for price to come back up. And what did it do? It tested this. I'm sorry, I keep failing to do that. It tested this bearish order block here. It tested, it came down, tested it, retraced. So what, in essence, did we just make? What did we just make? 1, a 2, a 3. This is the last one. This, for me, is a transition, right? And what did I do? I made this order block here. Why did I make that order block there? Because for me, that represents a head or a right shoulder. Look at this now. Down, up. Let me draw this out for you. All right. It's very subtle here. Down to here, up, down. Break structure to the upside. What did I tell you I like to see? I like to see that break structure, and then we went down further, right? Came up, tested at the base of that bearish engulfer, right? Came up, back down. What are we testing back down? The head, right? Up. One more candle. This is the one I entered in on. Now, ideally, I'm supposed to enter in here. I should have had a pending order here, because this is my order block. Let me see if I can get this right. Bullish. This is my order block here. All right. This is my bullish order block, and I should have had a pending order here. All right. This you have to look for sure. Most of the time, it's a little more pronounced, but this one was a little bit more subtle on the 1 minute. I probably would have seen this very clearly on the 30-second, but it was clear enough for me. All I needed to see was a transition of price. Boom, 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 right? So when this one was getting away, as it came down, it didn't touch me here. I had my pending, but it didn't touch. As it was pulling up, I said, let me get in on this bus. Let me get in on this bus. I ran the bus down and the driver stopped, let me on. And the rest as they say, is history. And the way I like to manage my trades, let's go on a 5-minute. The way I like to translate, the way I like to manage my trades is I like to get 3R, like to secure 3R, take off about 80%, leave a 20% runner. Sometimes, depending on what the PA is, what the price action is, I'll leave a 10% runner because I'm thinking that my chances are kind of a little less than high on going higher. Okay, and what are my targets? I'm moving this thing around. I'm sorry because I'm trying to get all the words in here. All right, all the little sections like this short-term lows. Okay, all right. See that price, the low of yesterday, the previous daily low. That's my target. That's my target. A little bit before it now. All right, because I don't want to get caught out there on the other side. Because there's liquidity up here. I know that there's stop orders and stop losses and pending orders for breakout traders. I know price is going to target that. Also, there's buy side liquidity here. All right, this just makes sense. It came down like I demonstrated on the last video. This is what market makers like to do to create buy side and sell side liquidity. They make the sweep down and then the sweep up, catching both sides and putting people, just destroying dreams. All right. And that's what I did. I followed the liquidity and I put my TP, my final TP here. I took 3R here and let the rest run. And that's it. That's my breakdown. Now, I was really hoping that price was going to come back up here. I was really hoping we were going to see the previous daily highs being touched, but that didn't happen. That's okay, because I got plenty out of this. I wanted to target that high. All right, but we got caught out here, and you got to recognize where those spots might be. That's why I'm like, okay, this correlates with the previous daily high. No problem. We didn't reach the London high, the Asian low, or the Asian high. That's fine. That's fine. We reached the previous daily low, and we did pretty well. Sorry for moving things all over the place. Okay, that's it. That's the report. Check out one of the 2 videos that are on your screen if you want to learn more of how I see the markets and how I break down the trades and catch that bus every day. I caught another bus, by the way. I'll just let you take a peek at it. USD CAD. I'm not going to go all into a breakdown of it, but you can see there was a very beautiful move during London. And if you're waiting in New York, there's a high probability that we're going to catch the retracement, which I did. I could have caught all of it. I could have caught all of it, but once it reached 3R, I stopped it there. Actually, I didn't let my runner run. I stopped it there because I was in 2 trades. I had enough. I split the risk between the 2, so it was okay. You saw all this trouble up here, right? You saw all that trouble up there. That's the London high. It established that London high, and at that point, I got this order block already scoped out. I'm looking at the liquidity at the London high, and I know price wants to break that high because there's plenty of liquidity up here. I know it is. All right, but look what it did. Look what it did. Built up liquidity, made the high move. You know it's going to come back for the sweep of the low. You know it. And when it made that high move up here, what did I look for? My favorite setup. Tried and true. We're going to get that bigger. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to break the whole thing down. 1, 2, and now looking at this, right? As price kept coming down, and we made that break here of that structure. I was like, okay, return to impulse. So I'm looking right here, right? Price popped up, hit my POI, boom, I caught it on the way down. It happened kind of fast for me. But I did get in, and I got in with a decent stop loss. Let's see what I got on this. Yeah, 4. I usually like it 4 and below, but you know, that was fine, because once it started dropping, so did my my stop loss. Especially I went to half stop loss at 2, and at 3R I went to full stop loss, protecting my my winnings and everything. And I targeted what? You see how price formed this bullish order block, and how price left that order block? That means there's plenty of juice in this puppy. And you can see we had quite the reaction down here, right? So I put it just a little bit before, and I was like, okay, that's cool. All right, went to the previous daily high. I was thinking that we would end up at the previous daily low, and we almost went down to the session low, the Asia high. I mean, this was quite an impulsive move, and I knew there was going to be a retracement. Didn't know how far. Looking here, you know, I didn't plan it all out that way. You know, once I got to 3R, I locked in everything. You know what I mean? That's good enough. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Look at the 2 videos up on your screen right now, showing you further breakdowns. Have a great weekend.